anyways.
Hello everybody, welcome back to another...
Oh,
I thought you smashed my
I
glasses.
purposely smashed right between them. I've got very good accuracy.
Lord.
I'm a drummer.
I got good accuracy.
But welcome back to another Harry Potter review. I am joined by
Jonah Morgan.
Look at Bill's head.
and Christian Hopkins, and today we're here to talk about the fourth Harry Potter movie with Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Where to start?
Listen.
We're gonna be the advocates. He's gonna be the hater.
He doesn't like this one. This is one of his least favorite. This might be your least favorite one in the entire franchise.
Maybe I have to rewatch all of them. And not to sit and think about it.
This might be close to my favorite so far.
This one is so fun. It has a lot of problems. Mostly
but so does it.
Most of the problems in this movie, I think, are purely just character writing. But it's also, you can't complain about it because they're the same way in the books. Obviously, in the book, they go into more detail, so it's a little bit better. But there's just a little bit of character issues, I think, in this movie. But it's such a fun movie. And you can't deny that.
The most Harry Potter movie so far.
If you have fun with the movie, sometimes that's all you need.
Yeah, this is a fun one. We can start with, I guess, the issues. One of the major issues in this movie is Ron. Ron sucks in this movie. He's bad.
He's at his worst.
He really doesn't contribute much at all to the plot in any way.
Aside from
being there and being annoying.
He's mad at Harry for being in the
Right.
Goblet of Fire, even though Harry says, I didn't put my
It's
name
a little
in there.
obnoxious and not that well written.
He's not mad at him for as long as I thought he'd be.
Right.
Though.
It's not very well
It
written.
goes away quick.
But at the same time,
It should be
it's
that.
teen drama. They're like 14.
Yeah, it's teen
So-
drama. They're 14. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's like, you know. And I think a lot of that in this movie is really enjoyable. I think it's pretty good. I think.
Like, your characters are not... Okay, you're in school. You're not gonna
You're not going to get
all
along
the
all the
time.
time.
Which is why them arguing... Like pretty much all the characters are arguing.
They're
in
all
this character.
bickering at some point.
They all argue at some point, whether it's...
Yeah.
It
They
makes
all
sense.
Kind of beef.
They beef.
They all beef a little bit. I think that's really just...
You brought up a valid. I think it's either might have been Jonah or it could have been you, Logan. You guys said this movie really felt like it really did take place during a school year.
It very much felt like school.
That's the reason why I like it so much, is because it makes sense.
The rest of the movies have a way to kind of pull you away from the school aspect of
because
Hogwarts.
if you look at how old they are, this is their freshman year of high school, technically.
But all the rest of the movies, like, the main issue at hand is not really related to school.
Yeah.
The entire plot of this movie is they're doing the Triwizard Tournament, which is like a
school thing.
I compared it to like a track meet. It's like a bunch of
It's
schools.
a track meet, but like you can die.
Yeah, it's a bunch of wizard schools or 3 wizard schools coming together to compete in this tournament, and the whole movie focuses on that.
There's supposed to be 3 wizard schools.
It's supposed to be 3.
It's supposed to be 3 people.
It's supposed to be 3 people from each, or 1 person from each school.
But they don't question it.
Yeah, that is another thing. I think that's another issue with this. The way they very poorly write, like, Harry being in the Triwizard Tournament.
Because they don't question it a lot.
They don't question it much at all. Like, the thing just spits out his name, and they're like, dang, why did it do that? And it's only supposed to pick one person.
I saw a thing that I've showed them before what movie could end the quickest if the characters were like written differently. This movie, it'd be like, Harry, did you put your name in? He'd be like, no. Okay, movie over.
Yep.
Voldemort doesn't come back.
Yeah, right. Doesn't come back, and it's Dumbledore. He's probably gonna know when Harry is telling the truth.
Telling the truth or not, he can tell someone's lying. He probably can tell some parts of the future.
Yeah. So
he has.
They just don't write that in the smoothest. But I'm willing to overlook it.
But it's Harry Potter.
Because it's Harry Potter.
Harry, did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire?
Dumbledore asked Cobbly. Yeah.
Love Dumbledore. Fantastic Dumbledore.
Dude, he's very good in this movie.
This is the first movie he's like a big character.
He's
like
in it a lot.
Big character.
He's in it a lot.
He's in the end of the last one a good bit, but he's not like important. This movie's important.
Yeah, but really, like, besides some of the just little writing issues with some of the stuff like that. I think that's really the biggest issue with this.
I agree.
New characters, Cedric Diggory introduced.
Love.
Freaking
He's cool.
Pattinson.
He died.
He got Blicky.
I remember that he died because of the Lego game. I'd never seen.
All of Jonah's knowledge comes from the
No,
Lego game.
seriously.
It kind of was like the same as the Lego game, as he dies and then he just stays there.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny.
He
Every
stays
time we're going through these movies, it's
like, oh, I remember
it's
that.
like, oh my god, I remember that from the game.
Like I remember like what happens in the second.
You remember like the bare bones, very general plot.
I remember the second trial, the underwater trial.
The underwater trial.
What happens with that because of the Lego game? I remember that mission.
Cedric's introduced. Cho Chang is introduced, who's like a minor love interest,
And she's better than Jenny.
that's more developed than Jenny.
And she's more developed than Jenny, and she's been in one half of a movie.
Yeah. And then she's in a lot of the next one.
Meanwhile, Jenny has been in 3 of them.
Jenny's barely in the next movie, and Cho is in a lot of the next movie. She's introduced. She's cool. You get the Triwizard School people. You get I can't pronounce it. The
Victor Crumb.
Victor Crumb and like the Durmstrangs.
The way I just view them as they're like headmaster. The teacher comes with them. Looks like Rasputin.
Yeah.
And acts like Rasputin because like they're Russian. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they're Russian, and the other people are French.
Mm-hmm.
They got the big giant lady.
Big lady.
But I think that's very cool. They portrayed them really well. I don't remember much of how they were portrayed in the books, but I thought they did a pretty good job in the movie. They were pretty cool.
They were pretty neat.
I'm trying to think of anybody else.
Hagrid's not in this movie as much as the past
Hagrid's
couple.
not in this movie much.
And when he's in it, he's talking to a giant woman.
You get Mad-Eye Moody, Alistair Moody, sorta.
I like him.
Sorta. You get...
I really like his actor.
and then you also get Barty Crouch Jr.
Doctor Who.
Doctor Who, David Tennant.
Yeah, in this movie you have Doctor Who and Batman.
Mm-hmm. But you get Barty Crouch pretending to be Mad-Eye Moody.
Which you get a lot of hints towards that.
Yeah, they slowly hint at it throughout.
Because it's like the same kind of thing with like Lupin. They hand it to you basically.
They do kind of hand it
because
to you. They don't hide it
because Alistair in one shot when he's. It also makes sense because like he's so cruel.
Yeah, he acts
like a teacher that was like hired by Hogwarts would not be like that.
Right.
If they have been hired by Hogwarts has probably done their research.
Right.
It's particularly when
he uses Transfiguration on Draco.
Yeah, that and he's doing like the Cruciatus curse in front of
Neville.
Neville.
Oh, that was also kind of. Ugh.
No,
but the funniest was like when he was doing that to Draco, and McGollum comes up and it's like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "Teaching."
No, that's what I was gonna say.
One thing I completely forgot about that adds even more to that scene where he's using that Cruciatus curse in front of Neville.
His parents died.
Barty Crouch Jr. killed his parents. He was the one who killed his parents.
With Cruciatus.
Wait, no.
Or no, Cruciatus killed his parents.
Yeah, that curse killed his parents. It was not Barty Crouch,
though. It was
though.
Voldemort.
It was not Voldemort. It was Bellatrix Lestrange. We'll get into that in the next movie.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm pretty
So you said it was Voldemort during the movie.
No, it was not Voldemort.
Yeah, that's right.
No, I'm pretty sure it was Bellatrix.
Yes,
he killed somebody though.
Committed by Death Eaters. No, Crouch Jr. and Bellatrix.
Okay, so both of them together.
Both of them.
Yeah, but for him to do that in front of him, and that's a cool scene. I really like that scene.
I wish they would have gone on more in depth.
I wish they'd mentioned it beforehand. Because in the book, they kind of like bring that up at one point.
They're tortured and they're tortured into insanity by Death Eaters to the point where they couldn't even recognize their own son.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yikes.
So they're tortured into insanity and then they die.
Yep.
That sucks.
Yeah, pretty crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. The whole thing about Alistair that I was saying is it basically hands it to you because like there's one shot with like after Draco's been turned back into a human after being a ferret. Where he's looking at McGonagall and he very clearly licks his lips like 5 times.
Yeah.
And then later when it shows Crouch Jr. in the trial, when he's face to face with his father,
you notice every time he does that too, he whips out my bad.
Because
my bad. We're gonna reset. I just said a wordy dirt. We got to
you say?
He didn't even notice.
No, I didn't.
We're just chilling.
I'm
gonna reset. You'll notice later.
I'll notice when I go back.
You'll see when we go back. But you notice every time when he licks his lips, he like whips out the
It's
thing,
like him
the
starting to
flask.
come back through.
Yeah, that's his like
because
tick.
because later, whenever he's facing his father, when he's in the trial, when he's like attacked someone in the trial, who does he attack in the trial? He attacks somebody, or he tries to attack somebody.
He just tries to.
I think he just tries to run.
Who messes him up? Is it Dumbledore who I can't remember. Is it Dumbledore who?
It's Alistair.
Oh, it is. It's the real. It's the real.
It's Alistair. Yes.
It's the real Mad Eye.
And and he looks straight at his father, and like they literally like they're like, hey, he's licking his lips right now.
They put it right in the middle of the camera, and then
pretty obvious.
But you notice every time he does that, he pops out his flask and starts chugging the
and you would think that it's just like alcohol.
Yeah. Yeah, you think he's like an alcoholic
Poor
or something.
Moody, like actual Moody.
He's just stuck in a dang
He's
chest.
He's stuck in a chest. He probably hasn't been fed.
Yeah.
Oh, he probably hasn't been fed because he'd probably be
He's
dead.
sitting there like without his leg and without his eye.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you, and he's in there for what, almost an entire school year?
Yeah.
Dude, oh my
Something
god.
like
It's
that.
gotta stink.
Yeah. But that's really cool. Like his character is setting up this entire plot. Basically.
His actor's really good.
He is really good.
Because he switches from Moody to Crouch like that.
Yeah. Yep. And you can see like throughout the movie, you can see how he's subtly kind of like setting things in motion for Harry to end up
where
he does.
He bewitches the cup.
Yeah.
He puts Harry's name in the
Harry's
goblet.
name in the goblet.
He tells
Neville about Gillyweed.
He tells Neville about Gillyweed. He tells
Pattinson.
He tells Pattinson about
the
water
egg
thing. Water egg. Egg water.
He sets everything in motion so that Harry can succeed and get all the way through this. And
because he only by succeeding and getting through it does he. Like, what if like Harry had died?
Right.
Then that sucks.
And they're like, dang. Now
Harry dies in the maze.
Like now, Voldemort doesn't get to fulfill his
and
plan.
then Victor Crumb is face to face with Voldemort.
Yeah. It is kind of crazy that he helps him through to fulfill Voldemort's mission of killing Harry. Like they don't want to just let him die. They want to get him to Voldemort so Voldemort himself can kill him.
Uh-huh.
Also,
so they can revive
Voldemort because they need
his blood.
The end of this movie where Voldemort's brought back, this entire segment, everything from this point onwards,
Rafe
for like the
is
last
sick.
20, 30 minutes, that redeems the movie for me.
Rafe is
that
sick.
last like when
he's in like
key to the
5 minutes of the movie and he acts his butt off.
No,
and I'm
when
so
they-
glad that we get some more.
When they pour key to that graveyard, everything from that scene on is just so freaking good.
Yeah.
His acting is my lord.
Daniel
Also-
Radcliffe's acting is getting better.
Daniel Radcliffe's acting
And
is
it's
getting better.
always been good, but it's just like improving.
It gets
with
way
each
better
movie.
right here.
Yeah.
He acts his butt off there, and
I also had to rethink my life because I've been saying Voldemort's actor's name wrong. This
Ralph
entire-
Fiennes.
That's what I've been saying this
When in
entire
reality
time.
it is Rafe Fiennes,
Really?
even though there's an L in it.
Rafe Fiennes.
Rafe Fiennes.
I hate that.
Yeah, but he kills that like straight off. Like he's literally in probably 10, not even 10 minutes of this movie.
I'd say probably like
Kills
5
it.
or 6.
Kills it.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
you really
he
feel
has like a whole monologue where he's like, "I'm gonna kill you," and he's like saying that for like 10 minutes.
It's
and then
good.
you get the first shot of the wands truly colliding, and
Yeah,
all the
that's
souls
cool.
of everybody
That's so
Voldemort has
cool.
killed coming out of his wand, plus Harry's parents.
Yeah.
And it's just this entire segment is so
I
cool.
think
it redeems the movie from not being for me.
Yeah. It's a really, really good scene. I mean,
And even
it's
everything afterwards,
sick.
like when they come back, Harry finally gets back, and they all start cheering.
That's the funniest thing ever.
Like,
yeah, like he comes back with Cedric's dead body.
Cedric's dead body. He's pale as a mug, and the band's like,
and everybody's dancing, and then like,
and then Hagrid's like,
yeah.
it's like 20 seconds before it all starts.
Dumbledore's the
showing.
first one that's like, oh crap,
Yeah.
and then Hagrid's clapping. He goes,
And he stands up, and he's like,
and then they give Cedric's dad a chance to
Yeah,
act.
it's
he
cool.
acts fantastic.
He did that, yeah.
Even Harry in
Killed
this
that.
scene.
Yeah, Harry's distraught. No, it was so good. That entire last
Morbid.
bit of the movie, it's dark and
Because it
it's dark.
it puts
and
it in
it's
perspective
good.
just how like Voldemort's scary.
It is. He's very terrifying, and like
the fact that he is
the
officially back.
resurrecting him, like his like pedigree cutting off his dang hand, and
How does he do that so easily? By the way,
magic knife or something.
It's like
One
a
motion.
hot stick with butter.
I know it was one motion. He just And they don't blur that junk. They
just hey, you're in my hand.
No, it's
They
it's
And then
it's
Harry
like
gets his
where-
wrist slit. And
Yeah, like
and they're like, no, he's alive.
It's dark, dude.
And they're like, no, he lived.
Yeah, it's good. It's scary. It sets up Voldemort really well to be a very scary
This movie
villain.
truly upped the stakes for the franchise.
It
'cause,
does.
Like, he's back now.
Yep, it hits you like, oh crap, Voldemort's here.
Mm-hmm.
It's real
And
now.
he's like a legit threat. He can get close to Harry.
Yeah, because beforehand
he
it
can
was
touch
just
Harry.
kind of Voldemort's presence.
Hey, Voldemort
Voldemort
is inconveniencing our school year. Can we
Right.
get rid of it?
It was like,
No, because
hey, I'm attached to this teacher's head. Hey, I'm like a ghost or something.
hey, I'm a
weird
ghost.
In the second movie.
Yeah, that was dumb.
That was weird.
That was
It
stupid.
was a little funky. The book explains it better. Everything to this point has been kind of like Voldemort, sorta. Now it is literally Voldemort is here physically,
and they address it at the end. They're like,
he's
yeah. And no, is it Hermione?
Hermione
says
says
everything's going to change.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all
Puberty.
like happy-go-lucky. Dude, people are about to die.
People are going to get murdered.
People are gonna get murdered.
Here in a couple of years, so many people
so many
die.
people are gonna die. Yeah.
I think that's about all I got.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much more to say about
Your
this.
headmaster dies in 2 years.
Granted, I haven't spoken that much during this video, but I mean, I feel like just
Yeah,
sum up the entire end of the movie.
Yeah, you don't like this one as much. I'm gonna give this a really good score because I love this one a lot.
I like this.
Because they all have their minor issues, but I think this one has more good.
I also like that this movie gives other people a chance to act more besides Daniel Radcliffe.
There is, I think
Because
you said this, there's scenes without.
There's a whole bunch of scenes, like there's a whole scene with, like the court scene focuses not as much on Harry, it focuses on Dumbledore. Yep. There's a scene like right after Harry's name is put out of the Goblet.
Where they're in Dumbledore's office.
They're in Dumbledore's office, Dumbledore, Snape, and McGonagall. Oh yeah, by the way, Snape, he's there.
He's barely in this movie, but
he's going to be more important later, and I'm very excited because I'm going to Elric.
Yeah.
But I think we can get to our final scores.
Yeah, we
now.
can get to numbers now.
What did I give Azkaban?
I haven't edited the video yet.
8.7. That was it.
I gave it a 9 flat.
I gave it an 8.7.
That's right. Yeah.
I'm gonna give this movie 8.5. I like it. It feels very Harry Potter.
Yeah.
With like, especially we didn't even talk about like the dragon thing, dude.
Oh.
Dude,
that's cool.
Also, Wait a second. Okay, so there's like an arena there where they're supposed to fight the dragon. The dragon is chained there, and then it breaks off, and so they're all just left sitting there.
Freaking trial.
It's like
under the water, for
happening.
instance. They're like, who do you guys think is gonna win?
Yeah.
Because like there's no
like an hour or
TV
so.
screens.
Even
or
the
anything.
maze one, like, what are they looking at?
There's
That
probably
maze
a
is
way, like there's
massive.
probably like a spell they can cast, like so they can like see it, and they're like.
Brother,
I have no idea.
VR.
Because then they would have noticed.
Because then they would have known Cedric died.
Cedric got
Murder.
So it's literally just them sitting there like, I wonder what's happening. And it's them sitting
Yeah.
there for like an hour.
I think the funniest one is the one where they're
Because
in
how
the water trial.
long does the water trial take?
An hour.
An hour. They're sitting there for an hour, like
staring at the water.
they're sitting there for an hour, like who do you guys think's gonna win? You guys think anybody's died yet?
No, literally, they're sitting there waiting for somebody to pop out of the water. Once the first person that pops out of the water, they win. Yeah, they won. That's it. Yeah.
Well, here, I'll give my score while you guys are waiting.
Yeah, you go ahead and do your score.
Yeah, I'm not as hot on this movie compared to
Give it
the
to
two of
her,
them.
right.
I mean, there were just more parts of this movie I just really didn't enjoy compared to, especially compared to the last one. Because, I mean, it's coming off of my favorite in the franchise, possibly my favorite in the franchise. I do need to rewatch the other 4 movies that we have left, but I still like this movie. I don't necessarily love it. There's, again, I don't know. I think at the end of the day, I'm going to stick, because...
I'll cry.
Because the end of this movie is really what solidifies, this is a pretty solid movie. Because, I mean, Voldemort returns, and it truly ups the stakes. And I feel like for that, I'll give it...
I'll cry.
7.3.
Okay. That's whatever.
Because it's still a Harry Potter movie.
I thought he was going to give it a 6 or something.
Oh, no. If the ending scene wasn't as good as it was, it would have been, like, around the 6. But, I mean, it's still a Harry Potter movie. It's still enjoyable. So, I mean,
There's not a single one that's, like, not fun.
Yeah. I see myself enjoying it and going back to this one, but...
I can see myself rewatching this.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably still looked down there as one of my least favorites in the franchise, but it's still solid.
I'm having to stop myself from watching the next movie. I love the next movie.
I never.
Oh, the next one's
I never
really
finished
good.
my thoughts. I said 8-5. I want more Fred and George. I love Fred. They were part of the last movie a little bit more.
They were in
I
the
love
last
Fred and George.
movie.
I love their I love their actors. I think it's great.
Yeah.
That was just something that popped in my head that I wanted to say.
I believe they're in a decent bit of the next one.
Okay.
They are.
I love that everyone gets a chance. Pretty much everyone gets a chance to act in this movie, except like Alan Rickman because he's proven.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Dumbledore becomes a big character. Harry's acting is a lot better. Ray Fiennes as Voldemort is fantastic, even though he's in like 6 minutes.
He's really not in the movies a lot. I'm gonna be real with you. He doesn't get much screen time
Until
definitely
Hours.
like part 2. But the screen time he gets is
so
fantastic.
Good. It's like Ray Park as Maul. He's on
was
screen
about to-
for
doesn't get much, but
not
he's
that long,
effective.
but he's so impactful because he portrays.
I was
the
about to
character
bring up Maul.
because Ray Park doesn't like talk that much either. He probably says like less than like 20 words.
That's the thing though. All the scenes that Voldemort gets, he gets a lot of.
He gets a lot of.
Because that boy likes to talk.
I can see. I can literally. He's been in 10 minutes, and I can already see why he's listed as one of like the better like on-screen villains in the past couple of years.
He's sick.
I'm gonna stick with 8-5. This is very, very, very fine. I'm gonna stick with it.
Cool. Yeah, I really like this one a lot. This used to be my favorite.
This so far, I think, has either the most or like the second most rewatchability.
Yeah, this one used to be my favorite when I was younger. I really loved this one. Then I grew up. now like the last 4 are my favorite. I love the last 4. But no, I really liked this one like for like a long time. I thought it was my favorite. But I still really like this one. This is a very rewatchable one for me. I've watched this one quite a bit.
Because the trials are cool.
Because the trials are cool. Just like the trials themselves are some of the most fun stuff to watch in Harry Potter. The whole Triwizard Tournament crap as a whole. And then you get the like epicness of that last scene. I think it's really good.
Oh yeah, John Williams needs to chill out.
John
bro.
Williams,
he
kills this soundtrack.
Especially like in the credits. I don't even know what like song that was.
Right,
Dude, it was fire.
He kills this soundtrack.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give this one a 9-2. Really like this one. I like this one more than Azkaban. I do.
Okay.
I like this one more than Azkaban. I gave Azkaban a 9 flat.
Here, hold on. Switch my Azkaban
You want 8-7?
and Goblet scores.
You want 8-7?
And give Goblet 8-7, give Azkaban 8-5.
I respect it because this was
It's
really
fun.
good.
We like this movie for the same reason you like Iron Man 3.
That's fair.
Okay.
Sometimes that's all you need. Like I said, sometimes
Rewatchable, so fun, and it's
Can't tell me
starting.
it didn't have a bad.
I
didn't have
say
a good
more.
villain.
I line this up more with Amazing Spider-Man 2
They get
because of how high I score Amazing Spider-Man 2.
but say you score Iron Man 3 a little bit lower.
It was like 7.
You they get their style in this movie, and I really like it because I grew up with these movies, even though I didn't like get to watch them because my brother loved them, and so this movie is starting to like get me into like lore.
Yeah.
Like
cool.
I want to know
It's
more
cool
about
stuff.
the lore.
Yeah.
I know it gets you ready for, gets you excited for that game.
Yeah, which comes out. In,
Hogwarts Legacy is gonna be absolutely nutty after watching all these movies.
And then going to Universal the next time and just like actually getting all the references they make.
Yeah, you'll know what everything is.
I'll know what everything is.
Not fun. But that's going to do it for our review of Goblet of Fire. Stay tuned for next time where we review the 5th movie with Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix.
I love Order of the Phoenix.
And we get introduced to the most hateable character in the entire
Dolores
franchise.
Umbridge.
That's going to be fun. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time.
Yeah.
Later, webheads.